We want to be known as a team that plays with speed, with energy, that we're pretty brutal around the breakdown and the physical aspects of the game, and I think if we achieve those things, then people will be pretty happy to come along and watch us.
It's rugby, but not as we know it. Introducing the China Lions, Bay of Plenty Rugby's newest competitive side. The team will make its debut against Fiji in a brand new competition called Global Rapid Rugby. They're called the China Lions because of the partnership formed between Bay of Plenty Rugby and China Rugby Football Association.
Being here in New Zealand, I think we have a responsibility to assist emerging nations in rugby, and China, we believe, is one of them, and that's why we've really liked the direction that they want to take rugby in their own country, and that's why we've effectively decided to join forces in a global rapid rugby competition to see if we can assist them in their growth.
The team is based in the Bay of Plenty this year, before relocating to Shanghai for next year's season. The competition includes teams from Samoa, China, Australia, Fiji and Malaysia, and was launched with the aim of attracting new fans to the sport. While most rules are the same as rugby union, there's a few small changes in Global Rapid Rugby. Players can't kick the ball from behind their own 22-metre line, plus maximum reward for those scoring length of the field tries.
We're getting there. It's definitely, we're trialling things all the time as well, so we certainly don't have all the answers. And so we've been fortunate enough to play a couple of pre-season games. We've tried different things, and some of those things have worked really well and others not so much. So I put it kind of closely to, say, Formula One racing, where it's a technology race to begin with, and at the moment we're in that phase where it's a little bit of a race to figure out how these rules are going to impact on our normal game strategy, and then I guess it's a race after that point in time once we've figured some things out about how quickly we can get good at those things on the field.
Yeah, so it was the first time we'd played together as a team, and first time we'd played the new Rapid Rugby rules, so there was a couple of changes, mostly around kicking and stuff like that. I feel like we did adapt and take some advantage in that area, but overall they're a pretty big side, so physically we're pretty challenging, and so to put a decent amount of points on was a great hit out first start.
The introduction of the competition is a big deal for many Bay of Plenty rugby players, giving them the option to stay in their hometowns and be paid to play, instead of travelling elsewhere to play the sport.
I think it's twofold around that one. So first of all, it's fantastic really for our local players to be able to hang around here, get full-time rugby all year round. Maybe their choices are go back to work for 6 months of the year, as it was the case for me, or alternatively maybe go to a Major League Rugby team in the States, or go to a club in the UK or wherever, so they can basically be professional all year round. The second part of that is really around development. So we see a huge amount of development in our players across Mitre 10 Cup because we're full-time for 3.5 months. We've now got an opportunity where for 16 or 17 Mitre 10 Cup players from last year who maybe aren't playing Super Rugby, they get to be full-time all year round, and we're already seeing the fruits of that in terms of, in a short period of time, how much they've been able to grow their game.
It's a dream result really. Obviously every young man's aspiration, or a lot of young men's aspiration and women, is to be a professional rugby player. And it becomes like quite a tough thing to try and achieve when you're working full time, you're training mornings, you're training nights and that sort of thing. So to be given the opportunity to play professional rugby here in the Mount, to all these boys as well, it's
a once in a lifetime opportunity for many of these players, and it's only just getting started.
I think when you consider what other alternatives people had around maybe going back to work, or having to maybe go and play in a competition overseas where they didn't really want to go, it shouldn't really be that difficult to develop a good mindset. So our mindset should really be about, hey, we've got an opportunity to make history, we've got an opportunity to play in a new exciting competition. If that doesn't get you out of bed in the morning, then maybe you shouldn't be playing rugby.
Let's go. Nathan Morton, Local Focus.